Okay, the plugins section of WordPress is perhaps the most powerful section of the back end. Now, plugins are basically pieces of code that other developers have created and written and often released for free that add functionality or change functionality of the way WordPress works. And there's some very cool plugins and there's some very powerful plugins, and we'll overview kind of how those work. So once you click on the plugins tab, you'll see a list of all of the plugins that are currently installed on your website. This particular theme has two that are installed by default. One is the Hello Dolly plugin. This plugin has been in WordPress since forever. The founder of WordPress has written this plugin, and I'll show you how this works in a second. And the other one is this, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, but Akismet plugin. And basically this plugin will help you prevent comment spam. So when people fill out fake comments or offensive comments, by turning this plugin on, you'll drastically reduce the number of spam comments that are submitted to your website. So very handy. I recommend that everybody that has a WordPress site install this plugin. Now, in order to activate a plugin, you simply download it first. Of course, these have both been downloaded, and you just press the activate. Now, I'm going to select activate here. And that just turned this plugin on. And what this plugin does is it randomly selects some song lyrics from the Hello Dolly, and it puts it in the upper right of your admin screen on every page. So once that plugin is activated, let's go. I'm going to refresh this page to see if I can get that to pop up. So you can see right here, we feel the room swaying. If I reload again, Hello Dolly. If I reload again, well, Hello Dolly. Anyway, it just basically randomly chooses a lyric from that song and displays it up here. So that's a silly example of a plugin, but it works well to illustrate that basically plugins change the way WordPress works in all sorts of creative ways. So I don't want that plugin, so I'm going to deactivate it. And now, of course, that song lyric is no longer there. Now, in order to search and add new plugins, there's the plugin repository, which is listed on the WordPress.org website. So you can navigate to that manually, or you can also just click on the Add New button inside of the plugins page and do a search. So you can search for popular plugins, or maybe you know a specific thing that you need. Let's say your site needs to have a rating system. So I could choose rating, hit search plugins, and here's all sorts of plugins that do ratings, and there's e-commerce plugins and comment plugins and pretty much everything you can imagine, there's a plugin for it. So I'm just going to go over here to the popular category to show you some of the more popular ones. Of course, there's the spam prevention plugin, which is very popular. There's some search engine optimization plugins that are popular. Adding contact me web forms to your page that automatically emails you contact form data. Those are popular. Google Sitemap plugins. This is an e-commerce plugin. Anyway, gallery plugins, CAPTCHA plugins, they just go on and on and on. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of plugins for WordPress. So if you find one you like, you just need to make sure that the plugin is updated to work with your version of WordPress. For example, on this top plugin, I'm going to hit Details. And this basically shows me and gives me a quick description of what the plugin is about, shows me how many users have rated it. And then it tells me what version this plugin is compatible with. It says it's compatible up to 3.8.1. So this is the latest version. So I can safely install this plugin because I know it's been updated to work with the latest version of WordPress. You don't want to install plugins that are really old or aren't updated often because they could cause more problems than they solve. So be careful there. Also with plugins, because these are open source, they can break things in your website that would be unexpected. So be careful when you're installing plugins. I would say only install plugins that are trusted and have a high amount of ratings, lots of downloads, and are regularly updated. Because if you install an old plugin, it could potentially break things. So be careful there. Anyway, that's how plugins work, and that's the section for plugins. The next video, we'll cover these last three sections here.